When I first heard it, Michael Fatkin, who sent it through to me, I struggled with it initially, lyrically, because I thought, it's you, which has a finality about it. And I thought I can't relate to it as such. But then after a while, I thought I could translate or transfer it's you into not humans, but into places. So I just did that in my head and it all became a bit more relevant. Yeah, and that's how it ended up.
What were the places you were talking about?
Maybe more so Phuket, Thailand, and I think places that like ocean and surf and stuff like that, because I grew up with beaches and stuff. So yeah, Michael I haven't known for a long time, but I just send him the tapes. Well, not tapes anymore, but and he sends them back to me, and I either okay them or not. The actual start, summertime, Echo Park, I think, oh, should I have gotten Michael to change that because it's California? Because I've already had somebody say to me, oh, why didn't you make it into an Australian name, you know? And I thought, oh, God, you can't win. But there are also more lyrics there that I pertain to now. They're really relatable for me personally at my age and for what I've been doing. So in that way, it's it means quite a lot to me. Or the gigs we do where there's younger people, like in maybe 20s to 30s, that's surprising in as much as you look down at them while you're, say, doing love songs or the horses, and they know the words to all of them. And even, dare I say, to Sherbet songs, which come from the 70s. So it's sometimes right across the board. It does get to a point where, say, if you're talking to them afterwards at the gig, I feel as though I've got to ask them why do they like, or how come they know that song from way back, and they go, oh no, well, mum, dad had it on their thing and whatever. So you find out a bit more information, you know. The live shows are so very important. It's like, I think a challenge. Every gig is a challenge. It's been accentuated by me, I think anyway, since seeing the 1975 about a year and a half ago or 2 years ago. I saw them and I thought, my God, they were so good in Melbourne at Rod Laver. The sound, the band, Matt Healy, and the production. And I just came away from it thinking, God, if there was, and the crowd as well of young people, majority. And I came away from it thinking, if there was a reaction to the Beatles back in the 60s, then the 1975 had the same, I don't know, that's what came up in my head when I was watching them and the reaction. I thought, and on top of that, they sounded so good, but they've been a very big motivation to me, I think. They're insane.
Yeah.
And all their live gigs, whether through Europe or whatever, it's just, and they seem to do it really easy.
Yeah.
Like there's no, I don't know, doesn't seem like there's any pretense at all. They've obviously got it worked out, but and they spend a lot of time, rehearsing and the whole thing. So
yeah.
The 1975, James Rain. There's probably the last Harry Styles one, and then the 1975 in a foreign language. Maybe A Bridge Too Far, that'll do. I wonder if it can get better, or I can, because yeah, it's mainly thinking about myself, if it's going well. Started out last night, I was thinking of Days Gone By. I think to try and achieve the right time to sort of, and this is probably wrong, but right time to sort of call it quits. It was a song by, oh, well, maybe the first song was, I say, Once in Royal David City, which was a carol. First concert was at Melbourne Festival Hall, and it was the Diamonds, who were a singing group, 4 or 5 piece. There's the 1975. Then there's also, back in 1978, I saw Hall & Oates in Los Angeles, and they were fantastic. I think it would have been Beatles for Sale. Probably the Byron Bay park where they used to have the Falls Festival. There's something about that, masses, yeah, that's
Showground there.
because it was like an amphitheater. It's perfect. Hate karaoke. I don't know what it would be. Maybe the horses.
Yeah.
I think that the greatest feeling of being on a stage was probably with Harry Styles when we both did the horses a couple of years ago now, because that was like 60 or 80,000, and he just introduced us. I went out and that was it. There's many, I'm sure, and it's sort of a personal thing, but I think for myself it'd be the Beatles, having grown up with them and been influenced by them. One that I just read maybe a month or so ago called Earth. A guy growing up in Ireland, and then somehow he got in a boat, drowned someone, and it just ended up good at the end. But yeah, probably The Sound by 1975. They're so eclectic in their taste of music that they've done over the years, and you just think, God, how come so many people like them? Because there's stuff there that's jazzy or just really not weird, just sort of, wow, hard to listen to. And then they do pop as well. So